Hey Seeker, so if you're watching this as a cross-watcher for Virgo, if you're dealing with a 3D unaware Virgo, I get it, they can be quite the bitch, but that's a big but. Beyonce's a Virgo. Sorry, I had to. See what I did there? But, sorry about that. If you're dealing with an aware, evolved Virgo, not a bitch, a witch. So you need to step up your game. Now Virgos, hi. Queen of Cups. Did I not just say a witch? Your intuition goes really deep right now. You're sensing really underlying currents within yourself, within whomever you're dealing with or in relation to. And you're not spilling it. You're not showing all your cards. You're just kind of observing from a safe distance, from but not a detached place, you know. So if you're wondering what goes on with your Virgo crosswatcher, they're observing. They're waiting to see what you'll do, how you'll do, what you'll say, and they're involved. They're there emotionally. They connect to the feels. They're not out of it. They're in it, but in a very wise manner. I was about to say caution, but I'm not sensing fear here. I'm sensing emotional connectedness and just being wiser than the past. A lot of Virgos that are watching me, hey evolved, seekers, seers, shifters, Virgos, you've managed to reach a level of control of your power, of your emotional stability, of your wisdom, of how you process things, how you take things. I'm picking up on super high vibe from this Queen of Cups. There's emotional maturity. It's also very erotic energy. Very sexy. Very in tune with her body. Heart. It's someone that is guided by the moon. And I don't know if you can see, she's holding the cup and she's covering it. The thing with intuitive empaths is one of their biggest journeys and challenges to overcome in life is what they do with the power of their emotion. How much of it they expose, give, surrender, and to whom. And learning how to control the dimmer, right? Not from a place of fear. The journey to balance goes through fear. First, you give it all, and then you're like, don't give anything, because, oh my God, you got hurt. And then little by little, you learn to recognize the appropriate vessel for the appropriate amount of water that you pour into it. It's very scorpionic energy, learning how to absorb as well, but observe a situation and a person. This is someone that also holds secrets. Not necessarily, not yet anyway, I'm not picking up on anything bad or dangerous, but someone that has been carrying a lot of baggage from her or his, but I'm saying her because we have a queen on the table, from her past, which has allowed her to be such a master in processing energy and emotion and transmuting it into energy. But you know, in order to tap into that raw, pure aspect of that energy and wisdom that you have attained from your past experiences, you first have to learn how to shed the mundane leftovers and stay with the core essence of what it is that you should take from whatever it is that you went through. If you're dealing with this Queen of Cups, she's watching you. Like, not like in a, I'm not talking like stalker creepy way. She's like, when you interact, she listens. And she's not just listening to what you say. She listens to what you don't say. She doesn't listen solely to what you do, although of course, more so than to what you say, but also to what you don't do. She reads between the lines, and she reads the quiet. And if this is you, Virgo, well, I'm not surprised. She's the ruler of her kingdom, and she dabbles with magic. But I'm not talking necessarily about someone who mixes up all kinds of ingredients and lights candles and chant incantations with all the love that I have for that. When I say magic, I mean the magic of life, of energy work, of transmutation, of integration, of manifestation, of awareness and expansion. Justice and Queen of Swords. So there's some badass feminine energy here. Very Amazon-like. Someone who fights for what's right, that stands up for what she believes in, for justice, literally. Someone who speaks the truth, who recognizes truth versus lie to its deepest layers, right? Maybe you're lying to me, but you don't even know you're lying because you're lying to yourself, and I'll recognize it. So I'll know that you're lying to me, but I won't be mad. Maybe I'll be understanding, maybe I'll be patient, maybe I'll help you through it. Maybe I'll just turn away and let you go through your journey because it's not my business. But there's real clarity here. It's like unbelievable amount of clarity here. Now, something also has made this queen a little bit harsh throughout time. The water here turns into ice in the background of the cards, from the Queen of Cups to the Queen of Swords. But it's still water. Ice is still water, with just a little bit of heat, love, affection, trust, presence. It melts back down. It melts back to its flowing, life-giving matter. But right now, recently, she had to turn a little bit tougher. Maybe it's something that you're dealing with this Justice card, situation of some sort. But you can't afford no longer to be the observer, where you have to speak up. Say your piece. And you are heard. You will be heard. Because there's something about the way you communicate things that is, that it peers through the bones. If there's a duel between two different people, the truth will prevail, although it's a complicated situation. Five of Wands, because there is no bad guy, good guy. It's complex. And the truth here is circumstantial, so it will be hard to determine, but it will eventually be determined by highest truth versus a truth, so it will be a little bit difficult to determine. Five of Wands. Now competition comes in. There could be a competition between two very powerful individuals that are masters of their own universe in their own way and in their own right. And the biggest advice I can give you is that you will do stronger and better together than apart and against each other. Because when you're against each other, nothing truly happens. And not in this case. There is no winner or loser. But if you'll cooperate, take off the blindfold, and communicate to each other and not be stuck in your own ideal or rigid set of beliefs, there will be room for a third option, for a third possibility. It doesn't have to be this or that. It could be a good silver lining or a completely different third option, a path that can be walked together. I want to take this route. I want to take this route. But hey, psst, there's a route right here that you can both take that will get you there faster, better, stronger. I'm using the Spellcaster's Tarot. Sip of water. One is a bitch, one is a witch. Both are both, depending on the perspective. I have to put it in. I didn't plan this, but I actually have merchandise. Still didn't order my own merchandise, which is just great, Morgane. I should be ordering it and wear it so you can see it. Anyway, it's beneath the videos. You have like a row of examples from my merch. Now, one of my most favorite lines in my merch is karma is a witch. Because karma is a witch. It's not a bitch, it's a witch. But YT didn't approve it. Like, it's too much or something, like seriously. Anyway, but if you go to Teespring, link is below, you can find it. You'll find it. There's like mugs and t-shirts and hoodies and phone cases, and it's one of my favorites. Anyway, I mean, come on. Girls gotta eat, right? Anyway, let's keep going. No, but it's pretty. It's really pretty. This entire conversation reminds me of it. Show me more for Virgos. If you're a guy watching me, this woman you're dealing with, the standard games, tactics won't do. She'll see right through it. Best advice I can give you, be super honest and open-hearted, and she'll melt. She'll just melt. Okay? And if you're that feminine, I mean, girl, on Amazon needs a spiritual warrior. If you can't deal, don't worry about it. Don't you worry about it. Okay. Okay, cards. No, you don't want to talk some more. I need to talk some more, but I've said a lot. Show me more for May, please. This is a May Tarot Scopes, by the way. Welcome to the Existential Shift. If you're new, feel free to subscribe. Press the bell button. The Extended, I'm just shuffling and talking. The Extended is a special love reading for, a look into you and your person of interest in a very big spread that it's called Double Pentagram. You can find it on Vimeo and you can find it on Patreon. My patrons get unlimited streaming of all the Extended plus VIP content like moon love reading and daily rune messages. It's fun over there. It's a community that I just started, and I'm very grateful to those of you who have joined there. But it all is still available on Vimeo if you just want to purchase one or two videos separately. Karmic Shift and Liberation is also there. And oh, Tarot Masterclass is on Vimeo. I'm going to start doing something fun with tarot classes here on YouTube on my community tab. And we'll give you an opportunity to practice your tarot reading, and I'll link like classes from my tarot masterclass. For those of you who've purchased it, don't worry, I'm not linking anything for free. People just have the option to buy it. But regardless, we're going to have some fun. Yay! Did I say Happy New Moon in Taurus? I'm a Taurus Sun, Virgo rising. If there's a Cancer watching me right now that has been following me for a while, they're like, what? You're a Cancer rising? Yeah, I was for the longest time until I discovered that my mother just got confused with the hour of birth. Thanks, Mom. That's hysterical. But I still have very strong Cancer placements, which really allowed me to resonate deeply with Cancer. I just didn't know it comes from a different place. I'm actually a Virgo rising, which makes a lot of sense. It does. Even my mess is organized. And I do get to be the bitch/witch every now and then, so. Okay, I mean, I'm flattered, but I'm pretty sure some of my seekers want to hear the cards. Let's talk more for Virgo, please, for me. Thank you. Ooh. Oh my God. I can't. Oh my God, this is 10 of Pentacles. I mean, talk about, this will come as a surprise a little bit because we're not seeing it coming. It doesn't, there's no build up for a 10 of Pentacles. There's self-mastery, dissecting your own reality and putting the pieces together. Then there's a little bit of conflict because there's a lot of things to reorganize, like a puzzle piece. And then boom, 10 of Pentacles. Like, I don't even know where it's coming from. Like, the cards are like literally just like, it's family, it's home, it's countryside, it's nature, it's belonging, it's connection. It's like the best minor arcana card in the deck because it portrays not only happy, loving family or partnership life, but also stability and money and connection and household and generations. So you might be receiving some support from your family. You might be reconnecting with them out of the blue. Maybe you're... 10 of Pentacles is also a Virgo energy. There's nature here. I'm feeling nature. I'm feeling, especially now with the 5 of Wands, I'm picking up on a different aspect to the 5 of Wands because I have here, look how the branches kind of continue here and we see like a beehive and people, and then in here we have children in the background. So this might be a household where maybe you're quarantined with family members and a lot of children or just a lot of members. It's like a community-like setting and there's like fightings and quarrels, but not like, but in a sweet, you know, sibling type of manner. Maybe you're going back to playing like board games or some sports in the backyard or in nature. There's something really nice. Or maybe this is post-quarantine where you're like reconnecting with people you haven't been able to see for a while, and it's just suddenly the arguments feel like fun kind of thing. Does that make sense? Take note to a grandmother figure. It's coming up strongly. Female figure, matriarch figures in your family. Attention, care is coming up. Some of you, they are, you know, sitting on the side enjoying watching the family, and some of you, they're feeling left out and alone. So take it or leave it depending on how it resonates. If there are any quarrels or arguments within the household or within the family, it can get resolved pretty quickly. But now that I think of it, I have the Justice and the 10 of Pentacles and the 5 of Wands. There might be some family court stuff. It could be a wedding, it could be a divorce, it could be how to divide property, even how to divide children. If there's like a few children, who takes who kind of thing. I know it's a little bit interesting. Strength, beautiful. Very shamanic, powerful card. So, Virgo, you're really tapped into your powers this month. Like, there's something that goes on that I don't know if you discover it within yourself or rediscover it, or just it's something that has been there, but it's just growing more with its energy in the coming month. But you're really connected to your instincts, to your ancient archetypes, to your ancestral wisdom. You are finding your leadership and power within either a community or a group setting. I'm also picking up on energy that comes and kind of changes things around in a creative, different, alternative way that the group or the environment or the family or the workplace, so far had a very specific way of approaching things and doing things, and now there's more open-mindedness to a different type of approach that is actually very complementary, where it used to be resisted, it used to be met with resistance, but now because times are really changing, people are going through so many emotional upheaval, and they're cornered into their shadow work, like they have to face themselves, like they inevitably surrender to forces that are greater, that are trying to guide them, where we used to have a lot of escapism places, a lot of places to escape to: work, social life. There were a lot of things to occupy our mind. Now we are left with no choice but to focus on within, right? And we discover a lot about ourselves, and inevitably we have to open up to different guidance, because the regular routes that we used to have and take are just not available. And that opens up room for so much magic. And also look at how these three cards kind of correlate, even though on the surface there isn't a connection with them. So this is seemingly random, but not. See how the mountains here kind of continue to the tree, and then the tree continues with the branches, and it's like perfectly painted. Now this is a major arcana strength card. This is a minor arcana 10 of pentacles, and a minor arcana of wands. So it's like, it's not even something that's supposed to be like a set, but it feels like a set. I'm also picking up on a loud table where a lot of people talk, and then someone starts talking, and it's not the volume of their voice that makes them all listen, rather the essence of what they're saying that rings true. So it kind of very much like the lion on the table. The lion archetype has been coming up. I did Taurus yesterday, and we did animal spirit at the end, and we also had the lion. And we also had the turtle, which is very much earth and ancient households. So 10 of Pentacles. It's interesting to see the how the readings kind of relate to each other. The collective energy, the collective thread within the individual reading. Sorry. So, I'm going to pull out a couple more cards just to see more into the month of May for Virgo. And then I'll choose an oracle, and then I'll do your extended. By the way, guys, okay. Maybe someone watching and his name is Guy, or it's a guy. I don't know. Guys, um, May is seems to looks like it's going to be the last month of me offering private readings where you can talk to me on the phone or a live video. I might keep the mentorships, but I'm not so sure because I need to focus on other things and other aspects of this channel and of my life. It's just where I'm called to progress to. So the hourly sessions are still available for this month. I opened up a lot of slots for those of you who want to talk to me. This is the opportunity. And it's all 20% off because of this quarantine. And the prices are already adjusted, so you don't have to put any promo code or something like that. So, yeah, maybe I'll get to talk to you before I progress. Anyway, progress is the wrong word. It's not like there's something small about that. It's change. It's where I put my focus, that's all. Anything else for Virgo? This reading is already long. I feel like we should end this. Let's conclude. For Virgo, for May, please. What do Virgos need to know? Virgo Seeker, what do they need to know for the month of May? Show me more, please. Truth and justice for all. Okay. That just came up. Bottom of the deck, Eight of Wands and the Emperor. Yum. Very yummy masculine energy. Okay. Wheel of Fortune. The seasons. Yesterday was Earth Day. I feel like we gave Earth, we didn't give inevitably, like by default, but Earth got a great birthday gift. A little bit of a break from carbon dioxide and us lovely humans who've been, let's face it, wrecking it. Did you know that in less than a century we have annihilated half of wildlife population on planet Earth? In less than 100 years. Think of less than 100 years, 50% of wildlife is gone thanks to humans. Not something to be proud of. There's a lot of things we should be proud of. That's what we're doing to our home. Great shame. I feel like historically we will be looking back at this century, at this time with, appreciation to technology, to progression in technology, but great shame to what we've done to our resources. Yeah, and here the wheel is turning. Wheel of Fortune is turning. Tables are turning. The scales of justice are doing the pendulum effect, are rebalancing. So we've been pretty loud here on planet Earth, and now we are pretty quiet. And until we find a way where we can honor our progression alongside honoring nature's resources that we depend and rely on and have got to learn how to respect, that until then the pendulum will be very painful. Until now it was painful to Earth, now it will be painful to us. And little by little, as we grow and learn and evolve and work with unity, not just within ourselves. Unity is not just between races, it's also between species. Freedom and justice to all races, but not to the species because we're better. I mean, when I say it out loud, do you hear how ridiculous that sounds? All men were made equal under the sun. Oh, unless they walk on fur or a little bit hairier. I mean, What you gonna do without the wolves? You know, without wolves there are no rivers. You know, without bees there is no life. I'm gonna give you another fun fact. In 50 years, if there are no animals, life upon planet Earth becomes extinct. We can't live on it. We can't sustain ourselves at all. We die. No bugs, no wolves, no other animals. In 50 years, without human beings, if human beings disappear, planet Earth regenerates itself fully. Just a little reality check. It's biology. It's not my opinion. It's biology. It puts us in perspective. I mean, humility is power. When we know our place in the grand scale of things, that's when we can be the most efficient piece of the puzzle, thus strengthening the puzzle, thus strengthening us. But when a piece of the puzzle thinks it's bigger than the puzzle breaks down and then there's nothing to be bigger of. What is your place on the wheel, Seeker? And what can you do to the best of your ability to help the wheel turn? Daenerys Targaryen said, I'm not going to change the wheel. I'm not going to stop the wheel. I'm going to break the wheel. What kind of wheel in your life needs to break so you can start turning in the right direction? Because right now we're swirling. There's two swirls happening right now energetically in regards to the earth split, right? One wheel swirl hurricane is swirling down the hill, more into the karmic cycle, more into the condensed reality. It's even more and more painful. And one is swirling up. That's why we're saying split, because there's the differences. Ironically enough, as we are progressing into unity mentality and no polarity and unison, where actually the polarities are even bigger. So it raised the philosophical question, is there a possibility to be without polarity? Because if I'm in union and they are in polarities, it's a polarity. The oxymoron and the ironies of life, right? So place yourself on it with your behavior. With love, humility, and appreciation to yourself, obviously, of course. I'm not here to teach you to be sacrificial lambs. But with humility and understanding and respect to the system, the matrix, the Newtonian laws of physics. It's all magic. It's all pretty. Astrology is part of the Newtonian laws of physics. Astrology is part of the matrix. It gives you the equation of life. Mind me, I said equation. Still boundaries, still a system. The 360 wheel, right? The 360 degrees wheel that is divided into 12 zodiacs. But we're now breaking the wheel. We have 13. Ophiuchus isn't added now. Ophiuchus awakes. Ophiuchus was always there. 13 signs. 12 is the number of the matrix. 13 is the number of beyond the veil, of all the pieces together, right? 12 disciples and the teacher was Jesus. 12 months and then the year that is concluding it. But actually in a year, maybe there's 12 solar months, but there are actually 13 lunar months. Divide 365 to 28, 4 weeks a month, the lunar cycle, and you get 13 point something, but much closer than 365 divided in 12, where we have to do 28 days, 29 days, 30 days, 31 days. It's like, no, if you literally divided just 28 days per month, per lunar cycle, it sums to 13. And as the divine feminine is waking, with it, it's, numeric archetypal resonance, 13. I have to show you. See here? 13 in Roman numbers. This says Carpe Diem in Latin, and also on the other side. I did this years ago, over a decade ago, after I got out of the military. I did this tattoo. My birth name totals to 13, and my birth date totals to 13. And even my anyway, 13 has been following me for my entire life. I grew up in a house, apartment 13. In Israel, they don't cancel 13. Here, they skip 13th floor, which I find absurd. Like, it's only considered a bad number in Christianity because the church demonized divine feminine, hence demonized 13, everything that symbolizes it. But 13 in the Jewish religion, for example, is a holy number, and 13 is a pagan holy number. Yay, 13. Okay, sorry. Life is changing massively, Virgo. Things are not going to feel the same, and they're changing because you're changing them. You are changing. Thus, your life is changing. You're expanding. It's beautiful, beautiful energy here to see. 7 of Pentacles. Keep investing in what you believe in. Keep planting seeds. They're going to grow way faster than you can imagine. This could be literal. Maybe you want to plant a tree or a plantation of some sort. This is the new moon in Taurus. Sun in Taurus and moon in Taurus is really great time to plant anything from emotional connections to a project to literally a plant. So I recommend doing so. And it's looking really good. I'm going to continue this in the extended with love. What do you say? Animal spirit, Akashic tarot oracles, I Ching, or the divine spirit, animal spirit. Okay. I really love the Akashic tarot. I'll go back to doing them at one point. Maybe in another reading they will call out more. So animal spirit for Virgo. For May. Spider. Yum. Well, I didn't mean it like that. Not that kind of yum. Sorry. And cheetah. What's going on with the wild cats? Taurus had lion, and now we have cheetah. And look at the artwork. How it's similar. How this there's like this vortex of rainbow colors, very warm colors, and this background is white, and this background is black. It's very much, you know, the empty matter that holds creation, the web of life, and the passion you have that you can't hold it anymore. You or a crosswatcher just can't hold it anymore, and they're just like storming into this experience, and they're like, I either win everything or lose it all. This might heal me, this might kill me, but I just gotta, like, there's some urges, like real passion, very kundalini energy that is connected to, you know, to the universal spirit, to the anima mundi. It's like something about your oh my god, base chakra, and all the way to the solar plexus is really waking up here. Like your earthy physical connection is starting to connect to divine wisdom. And some of you are scared. You're feeling like maybe you're running straight into a trap because there's an unknown element to it. But something feels inevitable. There's a feeling of inevitability in here. Now the cheetah might be you, the spider might be you, right? But either way, this is very, very... And with the lion here, this is pretty hot. It's pretty cool. I feel like this feminine energy on the lion is this spider energy. Spiders have 8 legs, 8 eyes. They see 360. They are brilliant architects. This can relate to architecture, by the way. They manage to build a web that is perfectly made with its angles, with its shapes. It's very, very strong. And they do it from, it's not like they have a drone / eagle perspective from above that they can sketch it and do it. They just know how to go about it from their own existence, subjective existence. This is having really high perspective, like a mind that sees to the T of the details, but also the grand picture of things, and can build something beautiful with seemingly very small instruments. Like it's a small body, or it's very delicate, or you wouldn't expect that teeny bitty spider to build an empire like that. And here you have the cheetah, that powerful energy that just storms into it. Love it. Love it. I'm going to see you in the extended. All the links are below. I love you guys very much. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. And if you're already subscribed, press the bell button. It will help my algorithm. And you'll know that a video is coming up.